YouTube. Welcome to JEHU'S Revenge. This video is going to be about the narcissist and identity theft and different masks that they wear when they try and take on your identity during and after the discard. Many times, like, before coming into this knowledge about this, this is actually a real phenomenon, it's a real thing that goes on. It's been probably going on your whole life, you just didn't realize it, that these types of disordered folks, they don't have an identity. Their identity has been squashed, their true identity. So they walk around with a fake persona of all of their other victims and what they learned when it's studying other victims. They have to be able to completely compartmentalize who you are. It's almost like they make a list. This is who you are. This is what they lack. So if they can start taking from you and your good qualities and try to integrate that into who they are, they'll also try to steal your ideas and say that they were theirs, original ideas. I saw this a lot when it comes to work, friendships, family members, even some, past romantic interest. They'll take your good qualities and step on you for having those good qualities and your talent, and they'll try to mold themselves into being who you actually are and who you know you are. So one of the ways that you can combat this is make sure that you don't give away all of your details. If you know you're dealing with a narcissistic person, stay as focused on your projects and your goals, and just keep it to yourself. If this is happening at work and you work with people who have been known to steal your thunder, steal your ideas, this has happened to everybody. However, with narcissists, they do this to everybody. And what you'll see is they'll start trying to become you. They'll take your hobbies and make them their own. They'll take your interests and make them their own, as if they came up with it. I'm not saying that, you respect somebody, you glean off of them, and we are humans. We're designed to learn from each other. However, when it turns into a competition and then sabotage because they want all the credit for something you came up with, and these type of people who will try and get information out of you. What are you doing? How have you been? What have you been up to? Anything new? What have you, like, in a spiritual sense, so what have you been hearing? What have you been hearing, What are you hearing in prayer? That was a notorious question that we would always get asked when we'd have Bible studies. And, what are you learning? And if it's not in a big group setting, they'll try and pull you aside and ask you. They'll come up. For me, I have one person who came up to me at when I was with my kids at a swimming pool just relaxing. So what are you hearing? What's God been telling you? And then this same person turned around at Bible study that night and said that's what they were hearing. Like, that's just a for instance. And you just sit there like you're dumbfounded, like, I cannot believe this person is taking word for word. Yeah, that's what they do. They try to steal your identity because of what they lack in discernment, and with their relationship with God, they want to steal it and make it like it's their own. Here's the bonus about all this. God sees everything. God knows. However, how you can learn from this is, we have a tendency that we want to learn from our mistakes. And this is one mistake that's clear cut. You'll see this. You'll see people try to, which is one way that many people catch narcs cheating, by the way, is they'll start listening to a new genre of music. They'll take your favorite music and make it their favorite music and then start showing other, and then people are all like, oh wow, where did you come up with this? They'll take, say you have an idea for a project, they'll ask you, what are you working on? How can they'll just sit back. They're real good observers, by the way. They'll sit back and observe everything that you do and how you do it and then pick it apart and then make it like it's theirs. And they're the type of people that will rush to get a project done before you can so that they can say it's theirs. And you have no idea any of this is going on many times behind your back. Like, maybe you feel a little uneasy or something, like after you get off the phone or whatever. Say you're talking to them on the phone, a lot of times you can tell in your gut something wasn't right about that conversation. And then within, like, you know, next time you see them, they either mimicked you in some way. They're copycats. They have zero creativity and zero individuality. What creativity and individuality they got, they usually stole from somebody else. Either way, that's pretty much the video about the identity theft. Um, it's sad and it's frustrating, especially if it's at a work setting or, you know, a lot of times they're always the competition, the competing is gross. Even though you're not trying to compete, they always are. I said this in my last video with the narcissistic boss. So, like, you'll notice the mimicking. They'll copy you, everything you're trying to do. Um, Someone actually did a video on a narcissistic neighbor and how they would copy but yet change just a little bit, but it's the same exact thing. Like, it's bizarre. I have narcissistic neighbors too, so um, either way, you know, you're best off just to mind your own business and do what you're supposed to do and go about your life. Just keep your eyes focused on your goals and don't just give your ideas out to just anybody. If there are people that have come to you and you can trust, you'll usually know within the first few months. Unfortunately, a lot of times you're in too deep by that point, but you'll know. You'll start seeing that they start, you'll notice your energy depleting, their energy is increasing. It's because they're basically sucking your life force. They can get their claws in you, they suck your life force from you, they suck your ideas. They want to create a trauma bond and an attachment where they can be siphoning your energy. Either way, I love you guys, and I will come back and do another video at one point. Kind of on a roll today. So, you got two so far. Either way, love you guys, and yeah, if you have dealt with this, with the identity theft and them stealing your identity and sabotaging you and then stealing your ideas and your creativity and saying it's theirs and your God-given creative ideas, yeah, yeah. I mean, I've had people steal content. I've had people steal, they could start out as one thing and they steal your own gosh darn content, for Pete's sakes. Like, they have no shame. None. Maybe that's what I'll title this video. The narcissist has zero shame when stealing your identity. They think they have a right to it. Either way, I love you guys. Y'all take care and be safe out there in these narcissistic streets. People are nuts nowadays. As you see, it's a global issue. It's not even, this is a global phenomenon. Either way, maybe I'll do something on a takeover of what they did. Global takeover. Love you. Bye.